here we go.
Okay.
Hi, my name is Beth Hiley, here for Board Game Geek TV at Gen Con 2015. I'm sitting now with Chris Gould, who's both the publisher and designer of Switching Tracks.
Thank you.
Your name's just all over this box.
Well, I can't see it, but there it is.
Theoretically.
Theoretically, it's all over there. Yeah, Switching Tracks is our new one. It's a train game, as you can see. A pick up and deliver. So what you're going to do is you're going to try to pick up the cows are on the back. You're going to try to pick up goods in whatever city they're in and deliver them to a city that's the same color as the good. So these green trees has to go to one of these 3 green cities. This yellow wheat has to go to one of these 3 yellow cities. Cities are kind of grouped by color. The yellows here, the reds here, and so on like that. So what you're going to do is you have your train in one of the cities. Let's say I have my train here in Chicago. And my train is a speed of 2. It has 1 car, so I can only carry 1 good at a time. And I have 1 switchman tile. Now with my switchman, I can change 1 switch. Like this one, for example, right now it turns left. So if I went left now, I'd go to St. Louis. I could change that to turn right and go up here to Minneapolis, or I could change it to go straight through, in which case it would go to Kansas City. My 2 is the number of cities I get to go through on my turn, and 1 car means I can only carry 1 good at a time. So what I'm going to do at the start of my turn, I'm going to throw this switch to make this go straight through to Santa Fe, because Santa Fe is a white city and it wants sheep. So I get to pick up a sheep. I get to go 2. 1, I can't deliver anything in Kansas City because they want apples, and I don't have an extra car, so I can't pick up a tree. 2, I go to Santa Fe, where I get to deliver my sheep. When I deliver, it goes back here in my depot, my little train depot.
Right, I can just flip this around to show we got this whole little storage space back here. So.
Yes, we do.
And not to mention a lovely little guide on the back for you so you remember the sequence.
Yes, a cheat sheet for what you do, yes. So once I'm in there, I've delivered that, and I get to pick up a wheat.
And now you have space.
Yep. And since I've gone 2, 1, 2, that's the end of my turn. I stop there. So every time I pick things up, it's all going to go back here in the depot, so I'm going to accumulate stuff back there. Here's one thing you can do with what you accumulate. You can upgrade your train. So I can spend 2 goods, any 2 goods, to increase my speed. Now I get to go 3 per turn. Or I could spend 2 goods, any 2 goods, to add a flat car to my train. Now I can carry more than 1 thing at a time. I can also spend a good to buy another switchman. So now before I take my turn, I can change 2 switches on the board. And that's at the start of every turn. So that's one thing you're going to do with the goods back here, upgrade.
I'm sensing there's another thing we could do with the goods.
Hey, good senses you've got. I don't know how you figure that out. Second thing you can do is contracts. There are these contracts sitting out here. Seem we have a lot of contracts for cows, but that's okay, it changes. If I have 2 cows and 2 wheat back here, for example, I can then get this contract, which calls for 2 cows and 2 wheat. I'll take the contract, I'll put it in front of myself, a new one will come to replace it, and the first player to get 5 contracts will win the game. Now you do have to have 1 3-good contract, 1 4-good contract, and 1 5-good contract, but the last 2 can be anything, including this. Now this is any color, so that can be any 6 things. Another thing about the contracts is they love it when you do contracts. They reward you by giving you an office. So I did one of these 4-good contracts, so I get to look through this stack of offices, choose the office I like. Ooh, I like a manager's office. Let's do that. And now I have something special that I can do on a future turn. This one I can only do twice.
I'm going to put this one out in the middle so we can actually really see what that office can do.
Okay. So this one you can do twice, so I'm going to put these 2 white markers on there to show that I can do it twice. When I want to use it, I can spend one of these markers, and for this particular office, I can deliver 1 good to a different colored city. So I could deliver apples to Houston if I want to, just by spending one of these. But I can only use it twice. Now there are 9 different offices. Each one has something different you can do. Everybody starts with 1 office, and you can get more, like I said, every time you do a contract. Right. So they will change the way you play the game based on what offices you have. Some of them make it easier to go faster. Some of them make it easier to get the contract.
Now we have this set up here for 2 trains, for 2 players.
We have a 2-player.
How many players can this support?
This supports 5 players. We have purple, orange, we have green, yellow, and blue. So, and they all have their own little dealy bobbers here. And if you
Dealy
want to
bobbers,
look,
that's a
dealy
word.
bobbers, yes. And if you want to look on the back, that says the first thing you do is replenish cities. If a city is empty at the beginning of your turn, like say Jacksonville is empty, you then flip this up and you put 3 wheat in Jacksonville. Oh, Jacksonville takes wheat. So instead of putting 3 wheat in there, Jacksonville is a wheat city. It wants wheat. You get 2 demand tokens for wheat.
Ah.
So now there's extra demand for wheat in Jacksonville. So when I deliver wheat to Jacksonville, I not only get the token back here in my depot, but I also get a demand token. I can use that as if it were a good of no color. I can use it for these
wild.
particular contracts. I can use it to upgrade. If I need 2 to upgrade, I can spend those 2 to upgrade my train. So you do want to get these demand tokens if possible. So the first thing it does, like it says, is replenish cities. Then you change switches. I have 2 switch ones, so I can change up to 2 of the switches.
And you move your
Then
train.
you run the train. That's when you get your stuff. Then you get to upgrade your train. Then you fulfill a contract.
Contract they have it. All right.
And that's it.
So your
It
turns
goes
are going to
along
go
like
by really fast.
Yes,
Not
turns
a
will
lot
go
of
by pretty
downtime.
fast. Well, you're going to think a lot about which switches to throw, but other than that, yeah, exactly.
How long do you think a game would take you?
Game takes about an hour. A little less with 2 players, a little more with 5 players, as you might think. But yeah, it plays for 5 players in about an hour.
Well, Chris, thank you so much for stopping by. And
Sure.
this is one that's been on my wish list recently, so I'm really glad to see it in person.
Well, it only came out just this year, so we have brand new copies.
Brand new, yeah.
Brand new. Ooh, nice, shiny.
All right. Well, thank you and good luck with the show.
Sure, thank you.